Starting from Irithyll Dungeon, honestly, you can just run straight forward and just drop down. And immediately, you'll meet this funny guy. You may recognize these guys from way back in Cathedral of the Deep. And there's one here now for its heinous crimes of disgusting audio. And from them you get Great Magic Shield. And once again, ton of enemies, mostly jailers this time, which they're kind of awful. They will delete your health bar just by looking at you, and if you're not very quick about it, you can be down to 1 HP faster than you'd think. So keep that in mind. Make sure you got plenty of healing, because it's very easy for them to just look at you, get your health down, and one-shot you. It's not uncommon if you're not careful. And then a bunch of normal enemies. You can pretty easily run past these guys and just drop down here. Drop down that one so that way you can avoid the giant, because he can be a bit of a pain. And then just some rats. And then get here. And this is a turning point in the area because there's a ton of jailers. But also, if you go left, there are two things here. First, you can take this, and it goes up, you go straight forward, and there you get a shortcut, and that allows you to get back down here faster. Or you can turn around and get yourself Lightning Blade, which, another good miracle. Or at the very least, another miracle towards the achievement. And can't get them yet, but this is where you get that NPC, where we'll have like I think it's 4 different tomes to give them. Now here, pop up Profaned Capital. Don't worry about the enemies respawning, because, I mean, you probably don't have to anyways. You're probably not going through the area multiple times, but you go up that ladder, you hit that bonfire, and that bonfire is important for a quest, which is important to get specifically one miracle. Now, mind the gap. And here, you get back to the weird giant spider enemies. So, keep that in mind. And from here, you can just climb up the ladder. It's very easy to just skip half the area if you're just going for the magic, which can be kind of nice. Now from here, there's a hostile NPC. You kill them and you get a scroll. And you can also drop down and get a miracle, which is the strongest version of force. The miracle we got way back in the beginning. But from here, you can just keep going forward. There are 2 invisible jailers here, so keep that in mind. And from here, we can both grab Jailer's keyring and meet up at the Giant's Feet. Along with grabbing ourselves Profaned Flame. Which, from what I've seen, seems like a pretty popular pyromancy. But small sample size. But after getting that, you can go up the elevator. And sometimes that flips your camera around, sometimes it doesn't. But you get back to Irithyll Dungeon, where we started. And you can just keep on a-running. But this time, we have a shortcut. I know there's that, I don't care. But from here you can just drop down and back to the elevator shortcut. Next to the room with a ton of enemies. And where we got Lightning Blade. And with that key ring we picked up, we can now go get that NPC that we've waited so long to get. Since I think the first part of this. Because we hit Cathedral of the Deep. And they're just right here.
Oh, that's good.
Which...
Your hip is... Oh,
a lot of dialogue. But you get through that. Now, with the ladder up to the bonfire in Profaned Capital, once you get that, you can go through Leonard's quest. And once you go through his quest entirely, you can then get Soul of Rosaria, which you can use to get Bountiful Sunlight.
Now.
And then from here, we can go over, because we got Logan's Scroll.
Back again. Perfect.
Got everything so far. But with Logan's Scroll.
This is...
So he's happy about that. And you get Homing Soul Mass and Soul Spear. So he was very happy about it, but you only really get 2.
Promise to stay.
You only really get 2 sorceries out of it. But then...
there you are. At now the old that. You're some big that it.
You have to accept the dark sorceries. And you only get 2, Affinity and Dark Edge. But with the tomes...
Oh, what might I do?
So with the Divine Tome, at first she'll say no. Ask to learn a second time, and then you can get Deep Protection and Gnaw. And then for the Pyromancy tomes, for Quailana, you get Fire Whip, Firestorm, and Rapport. And then for Grave Warden, you can get Black Flame and Black Fire Orb. Which is a ton of things to get in one, because we got an entirely new NPC, along with several scrolls that we now get to use. And at this point, I think there's only 2 more parts to go. Because there's only, I think, 4 more areas. So, we're almost done. Yeah.